What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, you're about to witness me break down one of the biggest tragedies in anime gaming history. Look at this is Naruto the Broken Bond, a game from 2008, over 15 years ago, and I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes explaining why this right here is better than almost every Naruto game that came after it. Naruto games are dead, y'all, and I don't say that lightly. I grew up with these games. I bought every single major release, hoping, praying that we get back to this, but we haven't. In this time, we talk about why, what we lost, and what we desperately need to get back. Let me take you back to 2007 to 2009. This is when we got Rise of a Ninja in October 2007, exclusively developed for Xbox 360 by Ubisoft. Then in November 2008, we got its sequel, the game I'm playing right now, Naruto the Broken Bond. And on Nintendo Wii side, we had Clash of Ninja Revolution and the Clash of Ninja series. And on PlayStation, the Ultimate Ninja series was still doing its own thing before Storm took over everything. But I want to focus on what I'm playing right here, because Broken Bond and Rise of a Ninja represent something we completely lost. These weren't just fighting games with a story mode slapped on. These were full experiences. You see, in this game, you could run around the Hidden Leaf Village. You could talk to NPCs. You could find hidden items. You could even take on side missions from villagers. There's actually exploration here. Also, you could also do missions that were not canon, that were basically filler from the show inside of this game. The game even had a platforming section, running up walls, jumping between buildings, using chakra to stick to surfaces. This isn't just window dressing. This is gameplay. You had to master the movement to find secrets, complete missions, and progress through the story. The combat wasn't perfect, but it was perfect for what it needed to be. It wasn't trying to be Tekken, even though Tekken did help out with these games. It wasn't trying to be Street Fighter. It was Naruto. You had basic attacks, jutsu, that you could combo into, substitution jutsu for defense, and transformation that actually changed how you played. I can chain light attacks into heavy, cancel into a jutsu, and if my opponent tries to counter, I can substitution and punish them. It's not super complex, but it has depth. It rewards skill and timing. The boss fights were incredible too. They mixed cinematic moments with actual gameplay. You had quick time events that didn't feel cheap. It did look cheap though. Mixed with real combat. It felt like you were actually in the anime episode. But here's what really made these games special. And this is what modern games don't understand: immersion. These games made you feel like you were actually part of the Naruto world. It wasn't just about recreating fights from the anime, it was about living in the universe. Rise of the Ninja covered episodes 1 through 80 of the original series, and Broken Bond picked up where that left off, covering episodes 81 through 135. You progressed through the story naturally, and you felt that journey. You had 30 playable characters in Broken Bond. You collected scrolls to learn new jutsu. You could customize your moveset. You had stats that leveled up. It had RPG mechanics and an action game, and it worked. I remember playing this for hours, just running around the village, finding every collectible, doing every side quest, because the world felt alive. It felt worth exploring. When's the last time a Naruto game made you feel that way? Now I want to talk about Clash of Ninja for a second, because that series deserved its flowers too. While Rise of a Ninja and Broken Bond were Xbox exclusives, Nintendo fans had something special on the Wii/GameCube. Clash of Ninja Revolution came out the same month as Rise of a Ninja, October 2007. It was developed by Aiding, or however you want to say it, and it was a completely different type of game. It was a pure fighting game, but it understood Naruto's combat style perfectly. It was faster paced, more technical than what Storm would become, and it had this perfect balance between accessibility and skill ceiling. IGN called it the best Wii fighting game at the time, giving it an 8.4. You could pick up and have fun immediately, but mastering it, that took time. The substitution system, the chakra management, the way different characters had completely unique playstyles, it was tight. And the series kept getting better. Revolution 2 in 2008 added even more modes. Revolution 3 in 2009 brought Shippuden characters, 40 playable fighters, and even Wi-Fi multiplayer. Nintendo Power called Revolution 2 the best Naruto fighting game for Nintendo to date. But here's the thing. Both of these series, Rise of a Ninja, Broken Bond, and even Clash of a Ninja, they ended after 2009. They just stopped. Ubisoft's license expired, and what replaced them became the only thing we get for over a decade. Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, Ultimate Ninja Storm. The first Ultimate Ninja Storm came out in November 2008 for PlayStation 3, developed by CyberConnect 2, also known as CC2. When I first saw it, my jaw dropped. The graphics were insane. It looked like the anime came to life. It got an 8.4 from IGN, who praised its phenomenal visuals. Storm 2 came in 2010, still one of the best anime games ever made. The way it adapted the story, the boss fights, the scales of everything, it was spectacular. Metacritic gave it great scores across the board. Storm 3 in 2013 was solid. Storm 4 in 2016 had its moments, but here's where the problem started. After Storm 2, every single Naruto game became the same thing. Another Storm game. Storm Generations in 2012. Storm 3 in 2013. Storm Revolution 2014. Storm 4 2016. Then Storm 4 Road to Boruto. Then the Storm Trilogy Connections in 2017. Then Storm Connections in 2023, which flopped. Do you see the problem? For over 10 years, every major Naruto game has been an arena fighter with the same basic formula, beautiful graphics, cinematic story mode, online battles. That's it. That's the formula. And they just keep repackaging it. Where's the exploration? Where's the adventure? Where's the RPG progression? Where's the platforming? Where's the sense that you're part of this world and not just jumping between arena battles? I'm not saying Storm is bad. Storm games are gorgeous. The cutscenes are incredible. The fighting can be fun, but it became the only option. And when something becomes the only option, innovation dies. Risk-taking dies and creativity dies. Publishers saw that Storm sold well, so they played it safe. Why take a risk on an open world Naruto game when you can just make another Storm and guarantee sales? Why experiment when the formula worked? But here's what they don't understand. Fans are tired. We've been eating the same meal for over a decade. We're starving for something new, something different. We want variety. We want innovation. We want to feel that magic again. And don't even get me started on Shinobi Striker. The game came out August 2018. It was supposed to be something special, a multiplayer focused Naruto game with 4v4 battles, character creation. That could have been our Naruto MMO-like experience, but it launched bare bones. The monetization was aggressive with all those season passes. The content at launch was thin, and it could have been something special, but it wasn't. Reviews were mixed at best. It felt like a missed opportunity, like they had this great idea and didn't fully commit to making a complete game. And I got this game when it first launched, by the way. So that's where we are. Storm over and over again. A few failed experiments and a complete abandonment of what made those early games special. We went from multiple different types of Naruto games, arena fighters, adventure games, traditional fighters, to just one type, just Storm, over and over and over. Alright, so why am I showing you Broken Bond gameplay this entire video? Why am I so stuck on this game specifically? Because this represents everything we lost. Let me break it down. Number one, the world building. This game made the Hidden Leaf Village feel real. It wasn't a hub world with fast travel points. It was a place you explored. You learned the layout, you found shortcuts, you discovered secrets. The village had personality. In Storm games, you select missions from a menu or walk around in a tiny hub or area. There's no sense of place, no sense of discovery. It's functional, but it's soulless. Number two, beyond fighting. Broken Bond has side missions, collections, quests, time trials, platforming challenges. The game had 30 playable characters, and you could spend hours not fighting and still have fun. It respected your time with variety. We didn't need 100 something characters to have fun in the game. Storm games are about fighting, period. Story mode is fights, connected by cutscenes. Free mode is fights, online is fights. Number three, actual progression. In the story mode, you leveled up in Broken Bond. You learned new jutsu by finding scrolls. You customized your loadout. You felt yourself getting stronger throughout the story. You actually felt like you were inside of the anime. You were going through what Naruto was going through. Storm has some customization with support characters and items, but it's shallow. You don't feel that same sense of growth and progression. Number 4, combat with purpose. Every fight in Broken Bond meant something because you were working towards a goal in the story mode. You were progressing through areas, completing missions, unlocking abilities. Combat was part of a larger adventure. In Storm, fights exist in isolation. Even in story mode, it's just fights after fights after fights. There's no connectivity tissue beyond cutscenes. Number 5, respect for the players. This was a complete package when you bought it. You got the full game, no battle passes, no season passes, no premium currency, just a game that respected you. And look, I understand gaming has changed. I understand monetization is part of the industry now, but man, don't you miss when games were just complete experiences instead of you buy the game half done and then you have to buy the battle passes or DLC. This is why Broken Bond matters. It's not just nostalgia. It's not just old game good, new game bad. It's about what the game represents, a different philosophy of what a Naruto game could be. And we haven't seen anything like it in over 15 years. Let's talk about solutions. Let's talk about what we actually need. What would the perfect modern Naruto game look like? First, we can talk about it. You guys probably won't like the second one or the third one. Well, you probably won't like the third one. Imagine this. You boot up the game, you create your own shinobi, you choose your village, leaf, sand, mist, cloud, stone. You choose your jutsu specialization, ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu, medical jutsu, weapon specialist. You start at the academy as a kid. You take the graduation exam. You're assigned to a 3-man squad with 2 other Genin and Jonin sensei. These are your companions throughout the game. The world is massive. The entire Land of Fire is explorable. You can travel to other nations. Every village, every landmark from the series is there. Land of Waves, the Forest of Death, the Valley of the End. All of it. You take missions that actually matter. D-rank missions doing chores. C-rank missions where you're guarding merchants. B-rank missions hunting rogue ninja. A-rank missions dealing with threats to the village, and these missions have consequences. Your choices affect how characters see you, how the story branches. Skill trees for your jutsu, gear that actually changes your appearance and stats, a day-night cycle where different things happen, random encounters with bandits or wild animals, a crafting system for ninja tools, and the story. Maybe it runs parallel to the main series. You're living your own story. You hear about the Chunin exams attack, you see the aftermath of Pain Assault. You're there for these moments, but experiencing them from a different perspective. The technology exists for this type of game. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot showed you can adapt stories in open world format. Elden Ring showed you can create massive online worlds with meaningful exploration. Someone just needs to do it with Naruto. That's what Shinobi Striker could have been. They didn't really care and they just wanted money pretty much, which is sad. Or number 2, I'm sure you guys will really like this one because this is my favorite one. Bring back Broken Bond. Maybe we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Maybe we just need someone to take what worked in 2007 and 2008 and modernize it. Remake Rise of a Ninja and Broken Bond with modern graphics and current gen technology. Expand the world, add more villages to explore, more missions, more characters. Give us the full Naruto and Shippuden story in this style. Add online co-op missions, add competitive multiplayer arenas, seasonal content if you want. Could even make this work as a live service game without sacrificing the core single player experience. The blueprint was perfect. It just needs a fresh coat of paint and more content. Or the third option that you guys probably won't like, give us something new entirely. Maybe we need something we haven't even imagined yet. A Naruto tactics game like XCOM, where you command squads of shinobi on strategic missions, a stealth game focused on Anbu Black Ops, a survival game where you play as a rogue ninja trying to stay alive. The Naruto universe is massive. We barely scratch the surface of what's possible. Whatever it is, it needs to be different. It needs to respect what came before while pushing forward. It needs to understand that we want more than just fighting. We want adventure, progression, and immersion. We want to feel like Shinobi again. I've been talking for long enough, so let me bring it as home. The only way we get the game we deserve is if we make noise. Publishers listen to demand. If we're loud enough, if we show there's a real market for something different, someone will take a risk. That's where you come in. That's where the community comes in. Drop a comment right now telling me what's your dream Naruto game? Open world RPG, Broken Bond remake, something else. It doesn't matter. I want to hear from you because these conversations matter. And also hit that subscribe button and join the squad. We're not just here to complain. We're here to celebrate gaming, call out the industry, when they're lazy, and build a community that loves this stuff as much as I do. I've got more content, more deep dives, more gameplay, more discussions about the games and the games we wish exist. I want you to be a part of the journey, and I typically don't post these type of videos. I just woke up and I was thinking about, dang, it's been a minute since we actually had a good Naruto game, and it's pretty much all been the same since Storm 1, which is crazy. And I do kind of like Shinobi Striker, but it's pay to play. It's not pay to play, but if you want the cool stuff, you do have to pay, and I honestly don't like that. That's the worst route that they probably could have actually did. They're probably not gonna listen to me, but like I said, if we come together as a collective, this video gets shared, like maybe a company will see this and they'll try to do it, because it's time that as Naruto fans get a good game that we actually can play. Thanks for sticking with me for these minutes. Thanks for being here. Thanks for caring about this as much as I do. This is just the beginning. Let's build something special together. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.